You want to see the
scratches?
You want,
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want.
I have pictures of you to show I am not stalking you, Mr. Perry says. Okay, so I left Lubbock in 2013, November, right after Daryl died. That's all we were waiting on. Because I had wanted to move in, like, way before that. Told friends and family I'm trying to move. Mr. Perry's making my life unbearable. He threatened to ruin my career, and he did. He is. I believe Todd Reno was a part of that, Mr. Perry. And weird thing happened with Todd Reno. He dies just a few days before he's supposed to go on a date with Mr. Perry's daughter, Jordan. So, that immediately flagged us off. Mr. Perry's MO is allegedly murder, but he tries to make it look like something else. To where it's difficult to prove it was even murder, much less that he did it. But when he started doing this stuff to me, it changed. Everything changed. I made the new normal. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter, Mr. Perry. Nice to meet you. I'm Cynthia Hall. So I leave. I'm working with Todd Reno on a fundraiser, and Mr. Perry's daughter saw him almost kiss me in a room full of people. It was weird. It was uncomfortable. And she was very mean to me after that. I don't blame her. I would have been too. I think that was that led to my first conversation with Mr. Campbell. You need to make him stop this. This is other people are seeing it. He's doing it in a room full of people. Threw a jealous fit in a room full of people. It's like the guy has no filters. So the response I got was, "We're gonna ruin your business." And hang on. This goes back to September. These are dated September 2011. 5 years before I could have foreseen Mr. Perry would then make a threat to false arrest me carried out for following the laws in the state where I live. And he's harassed me all fucking day. They're still using my food delivery apps still today to stalk me and take pictures to prove they're not stalking in Oklahoma. Mr. Perry lives in Lubbock, Texas. I moved to Oklahoma in September of 2014. First, I left Lubbock in 2013, moved to the Dallas area, and he made my life hell. Absolute hell. Terrorizing and terrorizing and terrorizing. And I'm like, you're creeping me out. Stop. You're creeping me out. Stop. You're creeping me out. Stop. And he just goes right back at it. And they go, why doesn't she like me? Why won't she go on a date with me? Why won't she tell me who's protecting her from me? I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how to talk to somebody like this. I don't even fucking know how to talk to somebody like this. He thinks I'm dropping hints. Why the hell would I do that? My guys are making me be gone. They're keeping me safe. My life would be much worse if they weren't I'd be dead if they weren't there protecting me, sir. Fabian Puzzle, McNamara, those guys, they got me that. Mike was drugged, those guys. So, anyways, this is 2011. I'm telling people he's pulling up behind my house. And those guys in Manford were like, you know how many times I've pulled up behind the house of a woman who's not my wife and watched her in her backyard? Never, because it's weirdo. You know how many times I've had my secretary go to, you can read this, I'm like, talking about going out of town, leaving town. Brandon promised to introduce me to Pitbull. I was like, oh my gosh, I love Pitbull. And then he reneged on that. Look at this. I'm telling him, I was telling my friend, somebody wants me to have an affair with him and I won't do it. And so now he's put me in jail to punish me, to retaliate. Kind of like taking my money, coercion. This, you know how many times I've had my secretary go to a restaurant to spy on a woman who's not my wife or even my wife? Never, because it's weirdo. And yet, Mr. Perry did. Catherine would come and sit at a table right next to us on Wednesdays when we'd go to Carino's. And we started noticing that was a little weird. The whole restaurant's empty. She'd sit right next to us. So, actually one day Mr. Perry showed up in person. I leave my phone at home. He's hacked my phone. He's using it to find out where I am. Only a stalker would always know where you are. Because Mr. Pope, Mr. Massingale, they don't know where I am. Right now, they don't give a fuck. Why do you? They don't know what I do for a living or where I live. So why do you? The allegations are stalking, hacking, peeping. You're a peeping Tom. You've hacked my phone. All are felonies, by the way. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 and all applicable state laws prohibit coercion, witness tampering, trying to force somebody against their will to say or do something they don't want to do. That's illegal. You're trying to force me to do something illegal, and that is illegal. So, this is stalking right here, sir. I left to get away from that. And I tell his guy, Ben, you need to make him stop. They threatened to ruin my business. Right here. I didn't go to the media with it. I'm telling him, I didn't hurt your client by going to the media with this. I came to you. And instead of going, yeah, we'll talk to him and tell him to cut that the hell out. What a weirdo. They just, oh, run your business. Wow, okay. Wow, I just got your guy elected. You don't know that he would have gotten elected if he hadn't had my name on that. Because everybody hated him. I can't, a lot of people hated him. I helped him get elected. That was my job. So that police could get to him easier when he's out campaigning. Remember I said you've talked to my guys. They've been face to face. You're calling everybody wanting to know who they are. You think I'm dropping hints. Now, why the hell would I do that? Why would I drop a hint? We all want you gone. Look at our motives, Mr. Perry. Pay attention. You're not keeping up with everybody else, and you really, really, really need to. I don't want you near me. We all want for you to be gone. You make problems. You cause drama, suffering, hardship, and when you're gone, that's gone with you. You and your little dolly. You know, I go on a date with a man who doesn't play with dolls. You and your little blow-up doll. I go out with a man who makes sure I never miss a meal. Not one who tries to starve me into a lie. I said no. No one is giving you information as to who's helping me or who has their actual recordings of you. Are they? Because you're horrifying and disturbing everybody, and we all want for you to be gone. And that's gone with you. The pestering, the peeping, the hacking, the taking money, the causing problems, causing division and conflict in my family, all that goes with you. All that's gone when you're gone. The threat to my home and car, constantly, gone with you. We don't have to deal with this anymore. So we have no problems getting information, sir. You do. Cause and effect. Are you able, sir, to identify your legislative duties? Because we don't think you are. It's not pulling up behind my house and watching me in my backyard. It's not using my food delivery apps to hack me and watch where I go and call your friends to get me on their doorbell camera. It's not going into court and committing perjury, pretending like you're a victim. Get out of Oklahoma. Everybody wants to know, why is he keep going? You don't. We have our ear to the ground in a lot of places. If we're quoting you, you need to worry when I say this. People are starting to get very irritated with you and your claims that you're a victim. We've heard it and heard it and heard it. First of all, what is he doing in Oklahoma all the time? Second of all, he's a victim of a different crime every week, and we're sick of hearing it because we know that's bullshit. He's insulting our intelligence, and we're all tired of the Cindy drama. Perry needs to get back to Lubbock, where he lives, with his family, and be seen out with his family and see constituents, and quit saying he's busy when he's actually up in Oklahoma bothering Cynthia and just getting caught. He isn't the victim of anything. And it's irritating us that he thinks we're that stupid. You want me to lie for you? Here, I'll lie for you. After all the evidence, sir, that's been collected, after all the things I've done to make sure you know I can't stand you, you have absolutely no chance of a date with me. No one is going to help you find the people helping me. When they're ready to be found, they'll put you in handcuffs and you're gone. That's it. Everybody wants you gone. Nobody will tell you anything, but we have zero problem getting information. None. Why is that? Why is that? Because everybody's sick of you and your cruelty. Sick and tired of you and your drama and making trouble. You come up here and you make trouble. Things that were fine before, you fuck it up. So, because of what you're doing to me and Mike Neely, we have zero problems getting what you just said. And you know that, and you do it anyway. And you know what's going to happen when you do that, and you do it anyway. So these guys are like, you know how many times I've gone to a restaurant to spy on a woman that's not my wife, or even my wife? Never, because it's weirdo and not part of your legislative duties. Can you identify your legislative duties, Mr. Perry? or what state you legislate in. So one night, I'm telling him I didn't go to the media with this. I went to you with it. I didn't try to hurt him politically. I tried to make you stop a problem before it gets out of hand. And you guys threatened me with ruining my business. So I leave Lubbock in 2013, and I'm in the Dallas area. Then he butts in with the thing with me and Fabian. Butt in. You're not the wanted one. You're the butt-in wannabe. Forever. That's all you are. So, your threats to Fabian, I'll find a way to lock her up again, and she won't get out this time unless she's with me. You need to give up. That was recorded, too. Who has that recording? How many different countries is it in? Huh? Nobody will help you with that, will they? Because you're horrifying people, and you're disturbing people with what you're putting me and Mike Neely through. Day after day after day. And your people in Lubbock are getting pissed off at your bullshit. You're insulting their intelligence. He's a victim of a different crime every week up in Oklahoma. Well, what the hell is he doing up in Oklahoma all the time? People in Lubbock expect him to serve over here, and he's never here. So, there's that. So, he shows up. I leave my phone at home. I run errands. I come back. I got a text from Cheryl. Are you coming? And I'm like, well, probably not, because I forgot that it was Wednesday, actually, and I had stuff to do. I just got back. I haven't showered yet. By the time I shower and get ready, you guys will be ready to go. So probably not going to make it. About 10 minutes later, she calls me. You're not going to believe who walked in looking for you. He walked back to our table, shot me a dirty look and left. He wasn't eating. I said, who? She goes, Charles Perry. And I go, oh my God, you're shitting me with that, right? She goes, no, he personally came looking for you. What business is it of yours where I was? Stalking is a felony. That's what the allegations are. You're a stalker. Peeping, hacking, all of that. Coercion, witness tampering. Those are the allegations against you, sir, and you are proving it out like a motherfucker. It's so easy, it's not even fair. So, you're continuing today to use my food delivery apps, sir, is disgusting. It's disgusting. You want me to lie for you? What do you want me to say? After all that, everybody ignore all the evidence. Ignore everything I've done and said for 13 years. Ignore everything we've collected evidentiary-wise for 13 years. Ignore the fact that I've been intentionally kept out of court 4 times now from testifying or putting Mr. Perry on the stand. He'd shit himself. I kid you not. So, ignore all that and listen to this. Oh, he's a great guy. Everybody just loves him. Him and Calvin and Geppetto and Blankenship and Desert. Oh, they just love that crowd of weirdo. Just love them. So ignore everything else you've seen and just listen to the lie. Since he's going to starve me now, no get to eat again until I lie. There's the lie, Mr. Perry. You happy? Uh-huh. So there's that. And then they looked at your text. Your fucking weird-ass text. See, look at this. I don't know what that is. Todd. Oh, this was something else. Todd Unger. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. This is, yeah, you lose. You're stuck. You have no control over my taxes. So that was the other thing those guys in Manford said. You know how many times I've told somebody you lose, you're stuck, you have no control, even if they made a mistake? Never, because it's weirdo. And not what you say, not what you do to pass a law in Texas. Not what you do to pass a law in Texas. Are you able to identify your legislative duties, Mr. Perry, and what state you legislate in? See, people don't sit around and wring their hands over what some small town podunk nobody in Alaska is going to do in his job as a legislator or city councilman. Right? No one gives a fuck. It doesn't affect them. We're all in Oklahoma. So what difference does it make to what? So you're in Texas. You don't legislate in Oklahoma. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? You're unable to identify what constitutes a consensual relationship. Both people got to want to be in it. I don't. I don't want anything to do with you. I moved twice to get far away from you as I could get. Hey, I came here to be with my family and heal and rebuild my life. And you've come up here and you've caused one problem after another devastating loss, after another profound loss, after more trouble, after more conflict, after more trouble, after more conflict, after problem, after problem, after problem, after problem, after problem. And it's enough. You don't have the right to hack me and use my food delivery app or work to fuck with me. Do you understand? You're going to have legal consequences for doing that. Again, you did it with Pinto. Now you do it in strip club. Now you're doing it with my food delivery. You're about to go to jail. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. We'd prefer Tulsa do their job. Why would they not? Misogynist, gender discrimination. Why would they not? But if they won't, if they'd rather, be your bitch or whatever, like Sheriff Rowan, or whatever the fuck their problem is, we don't know. That's fine. Somebody else has been doing the work for them all along anyway. So it's just unfortunately going to take longer. That means Mike Neely has to sit in jail longer. That means I have to be broke longer. But the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the longer you're in my life pestering and bothering and pestering and bothering and creeping me out. I'm like constantly, you're fucking creeping me out. Get out of my phone. You fucking creepy. That's not how you get a date. So, the longer that is, the more we get, right? You don't get a date. You're never going to get a date. I don't go out with men who pester and pester and pester and aren't out working hard, have something impressive to talk about, interesting to talk about, who take my money and get me thrown out on the street and go around and lie about me to everyone who will listen, cause problems in my family, and play with dolls. If you want to crochet, Princess Cuckoo Bird, you got to count stitches. How many times were you told on before you met me? How many after? Can you still count? How many dates have you been on with me? None. How many times have you gotten told on every day for 10 years, 13 years? Countless. There are thousands and thousands of recordings of you guys. Thousands of them. And nobody will help you with information because we all want for you to be gone. We're not compromising that. Why would we do that? That would defeat the purpose, wouldn't it? So, when I say to you, you're creeping me out, get away from me, and you do it anyway, you don't really want the date. That's not how you get women to like you, is it? You're a turnoff. So what's it really about, Mr. Perry? No one believes at this point it's about a date. Not anymore. No one believes that anymore. You don't take a woman and throw her out on the street and take her money and get in cause family blow-ups and family conflicts with people you shouldn't even know if you care about her. You don't go around lying about her if you care about her. You don't go around hurting her if you care about her. So no one believes at this point this is about a date. It's about a cover-up, isn't it? It's about you trafficked me and you got caught. You sold me, you took half the money, and you got to give it back if you can't make delivery. And you haven't been able to do that. Dan Pope has no fucking idea what I'm doing right now. He's not stalking me. Steve Massengill has no fucking idea what I'm doing right now. He's not stalking me. John Steinmetz has no damn idea what I'm doing right now. He's not stalking me. Mark Harker doesn't know where I am right now. Doesn't care. None of those people care. They're not stalkers. And yet you constantly obsess with where I am, what I'm doing. Try to, I'm going to take pictures of you everywhere you go. Get up in your family's ass and fuck with them too. And cause problems with them too. And then say I'm going to use all that to prove I'm not a stalker. Yeah, it's not about a date, and everybody's way past thinking that it is. Do you understand? Nobody believes your bullshit anymore. I don't go out with men who play with dolls. I don't go out with men who are abusive and can't respect boundaries. Okay, so this thing back with the restaurant thing. Over here. What is this? Yeah, see, I worked on his campaign. Do you think I would work on his campaign if there's a political vendetta? Does this look like there's a political vendetta here? You're stuck, you lose, you have no control. That's what a stalker would say. My question was, will the IRS take my deductions? The answer is yes or no. This is a seasoned accountant. They did take my deductions. But why didn't he just say yes? Instead, he goes on to this weird rant about something that has nothing to do with anything. These right here, Mr. Perry, these are the ones Mr. Powell calls up, and these are dated 2011 as well. You're spreading rumors of an affair. There is no affair. Kind of like you are now, going around in Oklahoma telling everybody, that's my wife. I'm like, oh my God, fuck no. Lucky asked me about it. Did you sign a marriage certificate? Nope, I have not even seen it. Why would I do that? Why would I fucking do that? This guy gives me the creepies. So why would I do that? Well, I didn't think it looked like your signature, but I gotta ask. So anyone who thinks I've actually signed that, bring me your copy and watch Charles Perry shit himself. Anytime somebody says, here's the thing that she thinks, and here's what she wants, and here's this and that, but don't talk to her about it. That should be a little clue. That he's saying something that I don't even know about, and he doesn't want me to find out. He's overstepped. He's intruding. He's breaking the law. There's no marriage, there's no wedding, there's no date, there's no relationship. He's slandering me and ruining other relationships, and it's pissing me off. When you piss me off, we start getting more. Just so you know, because we're all pissed. This is crime that tends to piss people off. Did you watch the news ever? You can see it on the news. Okay, so this is the one. I don't know if it was Mike or Leggy or who. Can we just say she misunderstood Frank Morrison? Can we get Frank to say that? And he goes, you can, but I don't think that lie would work, Mr. Powell. And I didn't even know why you'd ask such a dumb question. Because Perry never asked her why she's pissed, which means he already knew. And he never denies spreading rumors of an affair. He denies having employees. Well, we all knew he had employees. She named them. Carl and Robin Tepper. I'm pissed. I was pissed. I mean, I was livid. There's no affair. What is wrong with you? Notice that when it's Bill and Monica, first of all, Monica actually liked Bill. He got a blowjob. She wanted that. She wanted to, be with the guy. Same thing with all these other guys. John Ensign. Who else? The guy from, what's his name? He's from Mark Sanford, I think is his name, is a governor. There's a lot of guys that had affairs, but both people wanted to be in it. So they got actual real sex, Mr. Perry, and you've got not even a date. So can you identify the activities that constitute like a date and a romance? They think you're really whacked because there's not even been that. It's easier to understand people, the guy said, who have had an actual date, an actual intimacy, and then it breaks up, and they just have a hard time letting go. This guy's really wacko because there's not been any of that. There's nothing. So it's John Hinckley Jr., and those kind are dangerous. And it's gone on a long time. That means he's really, really sick. So is it we don't know. Are you that wacky, sir? Or is it about sex trafficking? Because you don't shit up somebody's life that you want to date with. You don't crap up their life. I've been with I'm 53, I'm not 20. I've dated a lot of guys. And none of them did what you do. And they had got an actual date and actual real sex and stuff. They didn't have the blow-up doll in a TV show. I mean, you're sick. You're truly sick. And when I talk about this, I'm talking a lot about crime causation because there's a thing called sexual homicide, sex trafficking, pornography, child pornography, exploitation, all in play here, like the Jeff Epstein thing. So your types usually get the hell beat out of you, Mr. Weck said. Charles, you're creeping me out. You're fucking creeping me out. And you'll do it anyway. Why doesn't she like me? I can't understand why she doesn't like me. Can't figure out how to get women to like you because you're creepy. That's why. Okay, so, here's the thing. See, these are texts to Fabian. Look at this. The night David Robertson came in, we talked about Fabian. Why don't you like Charles? Well, he's creepy. He's cruel. And that whole Fabian thing. He butt in. And boy, how did that make me mad. Stepped way over the boundary. No respect for boundaries. No sense of social skills. So, Mr. Perry, so I'm telling Fabian what the conversation was. Oh, Fabian doesn't want you. Yep, nope, you don't speak for Fabian. Fabian speaks for Fabian. All these years, he's never said that. He's not even giving me a fake blow-off. I'm seeing somebody. We've done, I mean, I was in a strip club. Girls will give you fake blow-off lines all the time. That, if a girl says, I'm seeing somebody, stop right there. Don't make a fool of yourself. Don't keep asking. Don't keep digging. Right there, stop. Because that's her saying no, and I'm trying not to hurt your feelings. Anytime you ask, anybody who's listening to this, you ask a woman out, and she goes, oh, I'm seeing someone. Stop right there. That means I'm not interested. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Whether she's seeing somebody or not may or may not be true. That's the blow-off line right there. That's it. I don't want to date you. I'm not interested. So I'm going to lie. Or maybe I am and I'm happy. What I'm telling you is, it's no to you. But she's trying to be nice about it. She's trying not to hurt your feelings. And that's the first word. Those are the first words out of every woman's mouth when she's telling you no without telling you no. What are we supposed to say? You're weird, you're ugly, you're creepy, I'm not attracted to you. I mean, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. So the first thing women say when they're saying no without really saying no to not hurt feelings is, I'm seeing someone. Sometimes that's true and they're happy, so stop right there. Sometimes it's complete bullshit. I said it a gazillion times in my strip club. And in a strip club, you're trying to create a fantasy. You're trying to get guys to think maybe they have a chance. So when that comes out of the mouth of a stripper, even more so, because we only pull that one out if we absolutely have to. That one's only said if as a must do. This guy is getting way out of hand, and I'm willing to right now make it where he doesn't come in and buy more lap dances from me, because the goal is always to repeat customers. You want to sell a lap dance, but you want him to come back next week and buy more and buy more and buy more. So the last thing you want him to think is that he doesn't have a chance of a date with you. So when you're in a strip club and you pull that one out, you're done. He's pushed you so far, you're done. You're fucking done with all of it. The money, you don't want his money anymore. You don't want anything. You just want him to shut up and leave you alone. That's how strip clubs are. So when I'm telling y'all, I mean, guys that listen to this, when you ask a girl out, if she says it in a strip club, you're in worse shape than ever. That means now she doesn't even care if you buy dances anymore. Second of all, if she says it just in general, I'm seeing someone, her answer's no. Stop right there. So this right here, Fabian didn't even pull that one out. A lot of guys do that. A lot of people do that. He didn't even pull that one out. So I'm like, yep, he's never told me that. And I know better. Okay? Second of all, he just wants to fuck you. Fine, let us fuck and then get out of our business. I mean, you guys are dragging this on and on, making all the threats and harassing so we don't see each other. I mean, come on. Who the fuck do you think you are? Actually, the two men fought over you for months. And I'm like, well, there's no fight. I don't like Charles. There's no choice between Charles and Fabian as to who I date. I choose who I date. And it's never going to be Charles, it's Fabian. Fabian doesn't peep. He doesn't hack. He doesn't play with dolls. He works his ass off. He doesn't ruin my life. He doesn't invade my privacy. He doesn't call my family up and cause a fight. He didn't try to take my kid away. He didn't call my parents and go, I want you to take her kid away. And I'll pay the judge, drunk Deborah, and all the stuff you did. You have no chance of a date with me. You have no cover-up. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're going to use my food delivery apps hacking me to prove that you're not stalking me. And you're shitting us with that, right? So this right here is the McNamara email where I'm in October 2015. I'm telling my ex-husband I'm being threatened with false arrest and coercion. And it's still ongoing today. Mr. Perry's gone right at it again today. He's creeping me out like a motherfucker. So this right here, Mr. Perry, is starting to cause questions as to your sanity and your mental stability and your intelligence as to why this has not clicked for you what it actually means. TPD, do you understand what this document means? Do you understand the significance of this document right here and what it means? How did I get it? Who gave it to me? Because it's very specific and nothing's changed. Mr. Perry's mentally ill and probably mentally retarded. Whether he's mentally retarded because he was born that way, or he's got senile dementia or Huntington's disease or whatever he's got, aging, Alzheimer's, something is causing a disconnect for him. that he does the creepiest, most fucked up, cruel, disturbed, horrific things, and then can't figure out why everybody doesn't like him. And everybody's like, wow, really? You're shitting us with that, right? You're just not all there. What is the significance of this email, Mr. Perry? What does it mean that I have it? And I had it before you did it, not after. Do you understand before and after? Same and different, cause and effect. What constitutes a relationship? We have a relationship that is criminal victim and nothing else. And you're just supposed to be a job, so you turned it into criminal victim. It's not 1 ounce romantic. Not a fucking romantic thing about it. You don't shit all over somebody's life if you care about them. You don't do it. I won't date a man who lets me even miss a meal, much less gets me sleeping in my car and trying to take the car away too. I won't do it. So I won't date a man who, you got me kicked out of my house in Lubbock. Daryl tried to pay the bill. They refused payment. 4 times I've had payment refused. I don't want your payment. Get out. Wow, okay. But that's how you make your money, bread and butter. I don't refuse a paycheck. I don't refuse I'll just, yeah. And I wasn't a troublemaker. It's not like I was having wild parties. I was a single mom trying to raise a 10-year-old little boy through very difficult circumstances. So there was no excuse for that. There never is. Same thing at Sky Motel. I'm getting threatened with police. We're going to call the cops. You leave now. I can't take my stuff with me. They stole my stuff. You asked them to do that, didn't you? You want to go through my things? That's the second time you've taken my things. Second time. Isn't it? Storage unit in Lubbock. You got all that crap too, didn't you? This is the second time you've taken my stuff. I don't date guys that do that. I date guys that support my career, make me laugh, make me have my life fun, make me a better person, make my life better. Saeed did, my ex-husband did. Some ways Brandon did. But Brandon and I actually didn't date very long. But it'll never be you. It'll absolutely never be you. So, grow up here and move the fuck on. And explain to us, is it political or is it personal? Is it stalking or is it sex trafficking? Are you in front of Judge Parker all the time, whining and complaining that when you get told on, that's harassment or something? Yeah, there's a lot she doesn't know. I can't tell her. We can't even do a skiff right now because you got judges in this. You're buying judges. I don't know whether or not you bought her, but you've bought a lot of judges. We know Cummings went hunting with you. And that's where you guys all came up with the orders he wrote. They didn't even say anything. Denied. No reason, no case law, nothing. It's hard to do research and read briefs and stuff when you're out duck hunting when these decisions are made and these papers are signed. Yep. So, the judge in Oklahoma that transferred it to Cummings was also, oddly enough, from Lubbock. Judge Payne was from Lubbock. So, that's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. The thing is, Mr. Perry, is when something happens once, you can chalk that up as maybe a coincidence. But when it happens again, now we got a pattern. And if you're a cop, you don't believe in coincidence. And if you do, stop being a cop. No cop ever that's good at what they do believes in coincidences. You're looking for patterns. You're spotting patterns. You can spot them. And if you can't, you're in the wrong business. And you suck at your job. There's no such thing as coincidence. Everybody knows that. You know how I know? I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. I was raised in 4 generations of police. I heard it all my life, all the fucking time. There's no such thing. It's a pattern now. Now we got a pattern. Now we got a pattern. There's probably even more than what we see here. We're probably seeing the tip of the iceberg because something happened that this guy covered up what he did, he or she, this criminal, and got away with it and got emboldened. And got away with it again and got emboldened. Got away with it again and got emboldened, and then got sloppy. And that's when they start making mistakes. That's when they start getting caught. Or maybe they got Alzheimer's now. And that's when we catch them. But that means they've probably done it 100 times before when they did not get caught. So, when you start seeing a pattern, now they're sloppy. Now they're emboldened. And they got careless. Okay? So that means there's more. We just haven't found it yet. But if you're good, you'll look and you find it. Right? And if you're not, then maybe go do something you're good at. Everybody's, police is not police and investigations and all that, not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Josh Person said that. It's not for everybody. It took him 6 times to pass the exam, the panel test. His brother passed it the first time. Why did it take Josh 6? What were they uncomfortable with? It took him 6 times to overcome. 6 times, and they may have let him on just because his brother. I don't know. I've certainly not been impressed with this work product, I'll say that. Josh, what is this? What does it mean that we have this? That I had it when I had it? Who gave it to me? How did I get it? There's thousands just like it. Does TPD understand the significance of this document? What does it mean that I have this? And I had it before they did it, not after. In great detail. In great detail. Now, once I had it, he switched it up. He left my kid out of it, thank God. Judge McNamara was over juvenile court. They were going to do it to both of us. Weren't you? Yep. And then you did do it to me. And you arrested me for something that wasn't a crime. It was required by law where I live. Where I live. And you obstructed justice, and I lost my blood evidence. Where's my arsenic test? Did I have... Was it arsenic or was it something else? They gave me something. Then you got to find out how to get there. Who gave Mike opioids? How did he get opioids? No opioids found in his stuff or Lucky's stuff. So here we have a pattern. We have another pattern with protocol not being followed in the death of Justice Scalia in West Texas while they're planning to perpetrate a fraud upon the highest court in the land. Let's send her home and harass her. And then when she says something about it, we'll say she's harassing us. They planned it while I was in jail. It was talked about all over the jail. That whole jail talked about it. When you get home, get rid of your phone. Here's what they're going to do. It was all over the jail. You planned it while I was there. That was when Justice Scalia, also in West Texas, dies. And protocol's not followed on my police report that landed me in that Lubbock jail, or on his death. Twice. Now we got a pattern. Now we got Mike and me both not tested in a timely manner. I wasn't tested at all. There we got a pattern. And you're, Mr. Perry, connected to all of it. And you think people believe you? When you say this is about a date, you are off your nuts stupid. It's insulting to everybody's intelligence. I got pictures of you to prove I'm not stalking you. So what is the significance of that document and this? TPD, do you know? Do you know? Whose name is on that? Who's the butt-in Bertha here? Causing fear and sadness. Everybody's sick of that. So we don't have problems getting information, you do. Do you understand the significance of all this? Anybody? I know Perry's slow. He can't connect anything. He can't connect a fucking thing. Creeps me out all 24/7. So, yeah. Hang on. So all this stuff. What is the significance of that I have it? Who gave it to me? How'd I get it? It's before my car was hit 5 times in 3 years. What's the significance that I have this? We just gotta get her back we gotta get her back to Texas, where we can do more to her. Followed by this phone call. Who made that one? Calvin? Calvin, did you make that phone call? Yeah. How do I know your name, Calvin? That ought to make you shit yourself by itself. And then she did it a couple days later. And this. Point out for me the marks on Mike that looks like he was in a fight. He wasn't in a fight, so he didn't have any marks on him. Kind of hard to beat somebody to death when you're drug overdosed with opioids. Where'd those opioids come from? Nobody checked. Nobody brought that into court, did they? Y'all kept me out of court. So I couldn't say that. Right? The arrest report, nothing. How'd you know he had to be coaxed? We had to coerce. Yep. Who's the other victims talking? Who's these other victims? So there's all this. I mean, what is the significance that I had that before that? Before and after. Cause and effect. Same and different. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. When you bother me, you get caught. Cause and effect. You don't get a date, you get told on, sir. People are horrified and disturbed by what you're putting me and Mike through. And so, we don't have problems getting information, you do. I'm not doing that. Perry, get the hell out of my phone. I'm not even... Look, we got all this yesterday. part of it was talking about that McNamara. I don't think Mr. Perry, I think they discounted the significance of that document. How does she know that? How does she have that? Who gave that to her? Yep. And you just blew right through it like you didn't understand what the fuck that meant. What does that mean? What does that mean? I creep her out all day. She doesn't like it. I'll do it more. Why doesn't she like me? Can't figure out how to get women to like you, can you?
Feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is
feel?
that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? I got scratches. I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there. Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna get it.
Fuck, you can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna fight
Is that a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude,
Doesn't even fucking make sense. Just bothering that chick. Now watch this. This is...
I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalk me. That's why I leave.
Just talk
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happens?
want to hear your voice to you. Please,
What
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave me
happened?
alone.
What-
Please leave me alone. Please, stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalk me. That's why I leave.
Just talk
Leave
to
me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happens?
want to hear your voice to you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave me
happened?
alone.
What-
Please leave me alone. Please, stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalk me. That's why I leave.
Just talk
Leave me
I
alone.
will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you
me
were 12 years old.
alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God.
So my guys are like, we're sick and tired of hearing you scream, get away from me, leave me alone, get away from me, you're creeping me out, leave me alone. We're really trying to hurry this along so that we can hear you laugh again and not be stressed out all the time. Perry is a source of stress, problems, anxiety, it'll make you sick at your stomach. What he does. He does stuff no normal person could even think of. Sick, twisted bullshit, yuck, nasty, creepy, crawly stuff that no normal person could think of if they tried to. And he does it all fucking day. And he has no alibi and no evidence and no proof that he's doing anything but what we say. 24/7. Bothering and causing problems for everybody and shitting up everybody's life in Oklahoma where he does not live. Was not invited. I never introduced him to my family. I would never allow him to be around my family. Ever. So, the fact that he has inserted himself into my life, or tried to, by hanging out with my friends and family, I hear. He's been seen with her friends and family, but never with her. People started to think that was a little off. And now there's conversations I'm hearing about a wedding. He told her family the wedding's off. Or postponed. I think they know by now there's not going to be a wedding. Why would there be a wedding? There's not even been a date. 13 years. He's a reject. He's a fucking reject. He makes my skin crawl. Perry, I don't go out with men that do everything I hate. And creep me out. And take everything I love. I don't do it. You're not my cup of tea. And by the way, you're a cop killer in my head. You're allegedly a cop killer. I come from 4 generations of cops. I took that personally. I have lost everything I own because you punished me for trying to help Mr. Neely, who's a cop. Everything I own, I drew the line. Here's my morals, here's my standards, here's my ethics, and my granddad's legacy is not for sale. So here's my lie, okay? He's a great guy, everybody, Mr. Perry and Geppetto and Calvin, everybody just loves them. The weirdo club that beats down women and kids. So they feel like tough guys because they got mommy issues. Everybody just loves them, okay? There's the lie. You happy? You starved me into a lie. Can I eat now, finally? Can I finally eat now, sir? What is this? I would never take him around my family. There's no... So, but listen to the irritation when you have to repeat yourself.
prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you
me
were 12
alone.
years old.
Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute?
Yeah, see, irritating to have to say the same thing over and over.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you
me
were 12 years
alone.
old.
Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you
me
were 12
alone.
Like that, and here's how everybody else sees it too.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey man, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way.
Charles, I do not want to talk to you. Listen, I'm saying it again and again and again. I don't want to talk to you. You don't even make sense. I'm talking to you now. You don't understand a fucking thing I have to say. I said no. I've said no every day for 13 years. I just told the lie for you, okay? Now, I would like to eat, and I would like for you to get out of my life. Everybody's sick and tired of you. I'm not going to help you because we all want for you to be gone, so I'm not sleeping in my car and I can eat. Everybody's had enough of that. You're creeping me out. All day, every day. When you're in jail, I don't have to live like that anymore, creeped out. And starved. And struggling. And fighting off a rapist. Okay? You're gone. I don't have to live like that anymore. I don't have to put up with it anymore. It's over. The nightmare's finally over, and I can be myself again and not be stressed out all the time and be bothered by you. No, I'm not going to talk to you. You don't make sense. You're breaking the law. You're making everybody mad. You're getting told on. That's all you need to know. You stop it, or it'll be done. My guys will do it for you. I'm not threatening you. That's just what they're doing. They're doing it already. No one has caught your crime like we have. Get a grip on reality. That's your reality. You don't have a chance of a date with me. I want for you to be gone. I want for you to be gone. I want for you to be gone. No, I'm not going to talk to you. No. I said no. You're creeping me out. You're creeping me out right now.
Okay, it's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
You act like you have no fucking idea what I just said. You have never responded like you understood a word that was said to you. It is embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing. And the number of times I have to repeat myself over and over and over is getting on everybody's last nerve. Get a nurse. I'm not a special ed teacher.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want for.
Okay, I have nothing to say to you but fuck off. You're breaking the law. You're offending people. You're making everybody sick at their stomach. You're making everybody feel disturbed and creeped out and horrified by what you're putting me and Mike Neely through. You're getting told on. No one's helping you with who's helping me. When they arrest you, then you'll know. Until then, nobody's going to compromise the integrity of that. We all want for you to be gone. We have no motivation to help you. None. We all want for you to be gone. You are creeping me out. You're making everybody mad. You're breaking the law. You're getting told on. And everybody's sick of me having to repeat myself. Sir, write it down. You're making everybody very angry at you. And you act like you have no idea what those words mean. Get a fucking nurse or doctor to help you. It's so irritating that you always react like you have no fucking idea what I just said. The laws are being broken by you. You're breaking the law. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like anything about you. You creep me out. You piss me off. You're cruel. A man's kindness brings blessings. His cruelty will be his downfall. And I've not seen that be more true than it is right now in this situation. The more you are cruel to me, the more you get told on. The more we get. Every day for 7 years. So there's no reason for me to talk to somebody that slow. You will not understand me. I don't speak hillbilly. Okay? You can't understand me. I've said it and said it and said it. I can't stand you. You're awful. You're making everybody very upset. People are worried about me. And Mike. They're not one bit worried about you. No one cares what you think. We're all sick of hearing it. They're worried about me and Mike. And these other women and kids that you ruin their lives. No one gives a fuck about you. What you think, what you need, and what you feel factors into nothing we do. Nothing. No one cares. We're all tired of hearing it. We're all sick of hearing it. You have ruined lives. I'm sleeping in my car. No one cares what you think. You're not sleeping in your car. Are you? No one cares what you think. We're all sick of hearing it. You need a lie. I need a lie. Sleep in your car. You could sleep under a bridge, dig out of a dumpster until you lie. That is a crime. It is a crime to put someone through that. And you've done it every day since the day I met you. You got a sadist problem. It's a mental illness, sir, not a trophy. It's very sick. It's crime causation. It is very sick. I don't go out with men that play with dolls. I don't go with abusive men. So you have no chance of a date with me, because that's all you do all day long. I like people who are smart. I like people who are working hard and too busy to make problems for other people. Why don't you go out with Connie Curry? You two are exactly the same.
For this, please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Alright, so for the record, there's no marriage, there's no romance, there's nothing. Mr. Perry is delusional. He cannot identify the activities, of a date. He can't tell the difference between a date and a felony. Peeping is a turnoff. You're alone because you are Peeping Tom. If there was nothing else, there's that. But as it turns out, there's a whole lot more. A whole lot more. You're a turnoff. You're creepy. You're the creepy guy. You chose that. That's your thing. Don't complain about it when people don't go, well, like, yeah, but it's a deviant behavior. Far outside social norms. And why you're alone for 13 years and you don't have a real love life. So, and you don't have a cover-up either, by the way.
That's a
This is the website here that shows about hacking. Stalkers hack and use technology today, and connecting the dots is what police are supposed to do with a police report and with stalking victims. It isn't. Give it right to the offender so he can obstruct justice and cause you to lose your evidence. TPD. So, watch the video. Watch the whole channel. There's a whole channel from the stalking.
Sign up for Les Mills Plus this Labor Day. Get 3 months.
Look, Stalking Resource Center. All kinds of training videos for law enforcement. All kinds of them. Just tons of them. For law enforcement, judges, anybody who would interact with stalking victims. This is DoorDash Diaries. This is how DoorDash is supposed to work. Anybody can watch these videos. You don't hack me and then have your buddy call in and get me specifically. It's algorithm chosen. And then, oh, I got her picture on a doorbell from while she was at work, doing her normal thing normal people do, not bothering anybody, just trying to make a living and limit my income like you did last night. All of a sudden, she's made enough. Now let's give her a bunch of upside down orders, one right after the other for an hour. So, Mr. Perry, your doll is sickening. It's creepy. You're creepy that you have one. When you can't count how many times were you caught before you did this to me, how many after. How many dates have you actually been on with me? None. But you get told on and told on and told on and told on and told on. And if you can't count, you can't crochet. You got to count stitches, Princess Cuckoo Bird. You might have to, you might want to crochet a dress for that doll of yours. Matching outfits. Why don't you trans over so that you're not bothering out everybody else with your sexual frustration problems and, it becomes crime. It's one thing to be a trans. It's something else altogether when you use that to become a sex deviant who kills people and stalks women and children and abuses them. Economic abuse is domestic violence. You're a violent offender. Less than 1% of the population becomes a violent offender. Yeah. Okay. Then the first time, sure you didn't make any. Look, I can't get into that right now because you might have a wire on you. I don't have a wire on me. I did have one, but not on me. If you're good at what you do, you have a way to record people and they don't know you're recording them. Till it's too fucking late. Look at this. You might ruin him politically. Yeah, I don't care about that. All I care about is that he leaves me alone. What part of this is part of your legislative duties, Mr. Perry? Judge Parker, have you listened to this? He did this in Oklahoma. He did it a lot. This is just the one guy I was in a safe place where I could record, where the music wasn't so loud it would drown everything else out. So now they're using my food delivery apps to have pictures taken of me, to have their buddy call in an order and get me magically past the algorithm to prove they're not stalking me in Oklahoma, where I came to get away from all that. There's a lot to this. It's a criminal organization. It's not just Charles Perry's a stalker. It's a huge, big conglomerate of whatever. He's telling me I could go bankrupt. Guess what? No one cares. You know what they care about? I'm sleeping in my car. And you're trying to force me to lie. No one cares you could go bankrupt. You know what? You owe me money. $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home, plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. How many people have you told that we're a couple? Untell that. That's a bullshit. And you're interfering with my dating life. You're interfering with a lot of relationships over that lie right there. You call my family and tell them the wedding's been postponed. And I'm like, what wedding? Here's the other thing, and I'll close with this, is that the guy, there was some guy that said, here's the weird thing, is that they've had all these meetings, Charles and his people, about what they're going to do with Cindy's life. Where she's going to work, where she's going to live, and all this stuff. They're going to get married and all this stuff, and told her family, got her family involved in it to try to get their cooperation. They've been conned. There's not going to be a wedding. Why did none of them should have thought that. So, They did all this stuff, and here's the weird thing is that at no time has Cynthia and Charles sat down and he told her, and he asked her what she wants. He's making all these decisions in these private meetings without her consent, without her there, and she's finding out about it anyway, because he's got cops investigating him, and they're telling her. She's not supposed to know there was a forged marriage license, or that he told her family there was going to be a wedding, or that he had planned to make her you can't be in law enforcement, or finish your college degree in criminal justice, or help with law enforcement, or whatever it is you're doing. You can't do that anymore. We want you to be a nurse or a realtor, because I don't like you catching my crime. He made all these decisions. We're going to kidnap her back to Texas. We'll starve her back to Texas, because we can't just kidnap her. And all the hitman you've talked to. So, all of this stuff, he's planned it. And she didn't even want him in her life. And he's having meetings about how to take over her life and her career and all this stuff, for a week or two until you murder me? So, all of this stuff is being planned. He's never actually talked to her about it. But she found out because she's got these cops helping her. Yep. And nobody will tell you who they are, because everybody wants for you to be gone, and nobody wants to compromise that. Now, can you finally respond like you understood what I just said? Because it's very important. It's very important. Everybody's sick of you. So sick of you. And sick of watching me hurt, and Mike hurt, and my family hurt. So you can go get it, rub one out, the witness says, every time you piss everybody off. Every time you fuck with me, you get told on. You don't get a date. You get told on and caught and told on and caught and told on and caught over and over. It's the same thing every day for 7 years. So it looks like when you say, I want a date and I want to cover up, that's not really what you want, because you have no chance of either one. No, it's not what you want. If it was what you want, first of all, if you like women, you do what women like. Women don't like being peeped on, harassed, starved, tortured, tormented. You do everything I hate all day long. You creep me out, and you won't stop. So it's not about a date. I told you what I'm looking for in a man that I would fall in love with. You're not that. You're opposite of that. The polar opposite of that. No one cares what you think. You need to shut up about that. We're all tired of hearing it. They're worried about me. My safety, my well-being, my happiness. Me having a life without you in it, so that I'm not stressed out. I'm not screaming and yelling all the time. Get away from me. And about the last loss you caused, profound, significant, catastrophic loss you caused. Traumatized and traumatized and traumatized. People wonder how I make it. How does she put one foot in front of the other? I have help. I have 40 guys that cheer me on all the time. This is going to end. Here's what we're going to do when they're gone. We're all making plans. They don't include you. You'll be in prison. So, you don't have a cover-up, because the more you fuck with me, the more you get caught. But you keep doing the things that get you those results and those outcomes. So we're convinced that it's really not about that. It is about you just get a thrill fucking with everybody and pissing everybody off. Why would you keep doing the same thing every day to get you rejected and caught? Like, nobody understands why. Why would you do something that gets you rejected and caught day after day after day for 7 years? It's not been a day, not been a month, not been a week. 7 years, sir. If you're not getting the results you want, you would stop. So the results that you actually want is you just get some sick, twisted, fucked up thrill from pissing everybody off, don't you? Being a sex sadist that you are. Yeah, you gotta do something. Crime causation. The other one is, this right here. The whole case, my case, Mike's case, Justice Scalia's case, all of it's right here, sir. Judge Parker, all the texts. I'm not just making shit up. I got text to prove it. And they're all, anything and everything can be looked at right on this page. Okay? Judge Parker ought to know me better, well enough now to know that I'm not going to make up some crap story. Not tell anybody but a few close friends who don't live in Texas. Move, then move again, and then make it public. Texas does not have the right to prohibit, prevent, or cause me to not be able to follow the laws in the state where I live, which is Oklahoma. And you are. Interference with contracts and commerce, Grand larceny with intent to coerce. You have to file a police report in Oklahoma to get a protective order. You did not have the right to obstruct that. And you destroyed my evidence. You don't have the right to do that either. Powell made no attempt to get the evidence, which meant he had no intention to go into trial, which meant I was illegally detained, and he just did that because he could and because he wanted to intimidate me. You wanted to coerce a lie, just like the McNamara email says, which none of you seem to understand the significance of that. What is the significance of those two documents right there? They're key and they're important, and not one of you acts like you have any idea what it means that I have that. Not one of you act like you have a fucking idea, any clue what it means that I have either one of them. I've got a lot more than that, but just those two right there, you act like you don't know what it means that I have those two documents right there. If I had nothing else, I got those two. So, when you figure that out, let us know.